What is up, guys? Weatherman here. Day one of the CDT. Super exciting. I am starting on June 14th, starting at the border in Glacier National Park. I have one permit for Red Eagle Lake 2 days from now, going to Manny Glacier, St. Mary's, and then my permit. And then I have 2 more days until I'm out of the park. Had kind of a doozy getting here. I ended up missing my flight actually to Spokane. So I got there, missed my flight, then had to book another flight. And it was quite pricey, but we made it. I'm here and I'm happy to be on trail. Little inconveniences, still worked out. Wouldn't have been the end of the world if I had to start a day or 2 later, but I was able to stay on agenda. So yeah, enjoy the views. Just got up my first pass in Glacier National Park. Take a look. Beautiful views all around. Panoramic. You can actually see right up there. There's a hanging glacier. Pretty cool, especially considering that in a couple of years they'll all be gone. So cool to see glaciers out here, especially in the lower 48. Very special. Obviously they leave their mark. Just with all these valleys, it's crazy. Thought I was gonna get lucky with snow, but all the trail ahead of me is all snow. It is what it is. Back doing the PCT in 2023, I really can't complain about patches of snow. I had so much through Washington, so much through California, and I gotta say, I'm probably pretty good hiking on snow now after that, so can't complain too much. What is up, guys? Got a little story. I was hiking down next to this huge lake and their trail got really narrow. I had a cliff on my right side and a lake on my left side, kind of a steep drop down to a lake. And I'm walking and I scare off a bear. So I notice that he's ahead, so I get my bear spray ready and everything. I keep walking, I run into him again, and he's walking away from me very slowly. And then he looks at me, starts walking towards me. And I was not about to find out what he was thinking, so I had to hike a mile back, found some other hikers, gave him some time, and we ended up getting together. So I'm on day 3 of the CDT. My first day, I had to do about 30 miles to get to Manny Glacier, and that wrecked me pretty good. That was really hard. But something cool, I ran into a guy named Permasmile. I hope to run into him again. Probably a guy in his mid to late 60s. He's hiking the CDT as well. But he was telling me about how he used to rock climb out in Colorado. And so I told him, I'm like, oh yeah, I did Lizard Head this year and I climbed in the Black Canyon of Gunnison and all that stuff. He was telling me how he used to do that back in the 70s. And Lizard Head Peak that I did last year, he tried to climb when it probably had less than 50 ascents, probably maybe even less than 20. And he said he had a rock fall and actually smashed his friend's hand, so he never got to top out on it. Crazy hearing the history of that stuff. Just made it up Triple Divide Pass. Really cool pass. So basically over here, it drains into the Arctic. Over here, this beautiful view drains into the Pacific, and over that ridge line over there drains into the Atlantic, or vice versa, I can't remember, but still really cool geographically. CT. Woo! Nice. Man, this last day had almost a mile of vert and 2 passes and about, I don't know, probably around like 27, 28 miles or something like that. My legs are fried, starting to chafe a little. I was running out of water for a minute. I had about 2 miles of snow to hike. It's been a rough day. I think I'm gonna have to take a day off when I get to East Glacier probably. Maybe do the 10 in, see how my legs are feeling, and then take a 0. What's up, guys? I just thought I'd give a little geology lesson for the geology nerds out there like me. So Glacier, I was always wondering what kind of rock it was to give these kind of like dramatic formations, and it's actually ancient mudstone. So there's almost no fossils in Glacier National Park because it predates living things on the surface, which is really crazy. So it is really an ancient seabed here. And then there's one, if you go to Manny Glacier, you'll notice a couple like streaks or intrusions across the rock. That's an igneous intrusion. There's a tiny bit of limestone around them, and right around the intrusion where the lava was, the limestone turned into marble. So there's a little white streak around the intrusion. Super cool, super fascinating. Hey guys, so this is my last day in Glacier. Happy to be leaving, even though it's so beautiful. The permit system's a pain in the butt. Forced to do big or small days, which is not ideal. I'd like to be doing something in the middle. Gonna get to East Glacier today. So at this point in the video, I am going to just put a trails condition for future CDT hikers, people taking off in the next few weeks, just to get snow conditions. What's up, guys? Weatherman here. So I'm just here to talk about trail conditions through Glacier National Park since I just finished it. For the most part, it is overall snow-free. You have some snow up a chute, which is on Pagan Pass. You traverse it quite a few times. Nothing super consequential, but you could definitely take a slide. And then the next significant amount of snow that you run into is on Pitmakan Pass over by Dawson Pass. If you're going southbound, you'll hit about 2 miles of just really annoying slippery slushy snow. I personally did not have any sort of traction or ice axe. It was just fine with just poles, but would do whatever feels safe for you. I would never tell somebody to bring something that they would use to keep themselves safe. And other than that, Dawson Pass I took, and Dawson Pass also has a little bit of steep snow, not huge consequence. I got a video of it. Super stepped in, so it's very easy to get across. There is going to be a big storm coming in a couple days that's supposed to drop a pretty significant amount of snow on Glacier and the Bob, so that's going to change conditions quite drastically over the next few days.